I never breed for you. But just did broke and you did mean. So I tell you I'm pregnant. You give me the money. Me eat up the money. But tell you say something else it come up. You give me one next money. I'ma just let you go. I'ma just let go the bird. Don't pin no blood clot dash your belly for me. Cause I never did dumb enough for make you breed me. Have a nice day.
Watch out.
Welcome to Real Talk Podcast. This is I. Give thanks to all who engage with the channel, whether they like or dislike, share, subscribe, or comment. Give thanks. Before I go into today's video, I want to take time out to make this official, right? So this space is for men, kind of like barbershop, but we don't complain about, judge, or bash women. So let's make that clear, right? Instead we understand them so we know how to deal with them according using game. The woman is almost never the problem, because 99% of the time you're the one who is doing something wrong. Everything always comes back to you as the man, right? Because the man is supposed to be the leader, and this is where I come in to highlight the mess up so you can move forward in a better way. Now let's get back to the video. You always getting heartbroken, cheated on, and hurt. Where did all the good women go? These are some of the questions a lot of males think to themselves after a breakup. To answer this question, you have to look within yourself, find the answer. What I can do is to bring it to a point where you have a sense of what to look for within. This is what ones and ones need to understand, right? It always come back to you. Most of the times the problem is within I and I. If you are a male, right, and you have this problem, you are not a man. You have little to no game. If you're under 35, you should even be looking for a relationship in the first place. Being that you have this problem, but this doesn't mean you shouldn't be dealing with women, right? Because at the end of the day, we are coexistent to each other. Being that we are paired creatures from this magnificent creation, we need each other to maintain balance. However, as a young male, 18 to 35 is the time you should be focusing like a laser on the outcome you want in this brief life. It will be wise to figure out who you are as a man, learn how to communicate with yourself and others. You see, a lot of these young men today are afraid and ashamed of themselves. Even some women, you avoid the mirror, you avoid your scale, you avoid time with yourself alone. The crazy thing about it is that you know deep down that you need to improve, but you choose to ignore it because it's the easiest thing to do. You choose to act like you don't need no work, you don't need nothing to be done. You know, when you can't take the pressure, you just default to the victim mindset. The sooner you stop lying to yourself, the sooner you get back on track. If you look at it, you actually have control of at least 90% of your life. When you look at the simple things like from brushing your teeth to making something to eat to walking down the street. Rhyme, man, can't rhyme. Anyway. So we always default to the victim mindset and blame the system and blame the circumstances, but you actually have the power to make a change and go for what you want if you have the burning desire and worth it. Listen, I remember when I was around like 12 years old, you know, it was summertime, school locked and they were on board and I wanted a ball so I could play with my friends. But daddy didn't buy me a ball. I asked daddy, say, oh, daddy can get a ball? No. I went on a deer farm nearby, asked for a summer job, and I milk cows and I helped them to process the milk for packaging and delivery. And that is how I was able to buy my ball and have money for ice cream and all those things left over. But more of the story, there's no excuse to obtain whatever you want. Everything comes to you at a different pace, yes, but putting in the work will surely be your success. So there are some things your father should have taught you on your journey to manhood. If if you have no father, you just have to learn on your own. This is what separates the leaders from the followers and the first sign of growth of character. The first thing you need to do as a young man growing up is learn how to solve problems. You see, these are the main reasons of crime and domestic violence, because a lot of these young men don't know how to resolve any issues that they are having with another person and can only react violently. Problem solving is a hands-on skill that you have to exercise each time some form of obstacle come in your life, and this comes from being consistent. Consistency is what keeps you on the path to success, because you are constantly working on yourself, you're constantly evolving, and then discipline will be coming from being consistent. So discipline, it's a very hard thing to be good at. I myself has problem with that at times. I have days I don't feel like going to the gym, but I still have to drag myself there, because this can mess up your time management, and you have to learn how to manage your time, because time management is a top tier skill. Nobody even knows how they can manage their time. Each 24 hours them getting an idea, they know so they can manage that, split up in a half hour, 15 minutes. You see, when you have a schedule, when you have a record of how you spend each day, you realize how much time you actually waste on a daily basis. You can then replace those time wasted with more meaningful things that will benefit you in the long run. But all of this can be very hard to do on your own, and this is where a mentor comes in. You need to find a mentor, guys. Find a mentor or a life coach regarding the path you want to take, and he can help you to stay focused and consistent on that path. But this doesn't mean that the boy should just assume all the responsibility in them. Having a spiritual connection with I and I will always remind you who you are and what you are about during times of uncertainty and demotivation. You might say, but Rasta, I know money, I am a mentor, brethren. Well, you need to get your finances out of them. Learn about budgeting, saving, investing, having an emergency fund. Know the difference between assets and liabilities, and this take the form of things or people. Know who and what serves no purpose in your universe and get rid of it or them. But you have to learn how to be responsible. Next point, start being a leader and not a follower. But hey, there's always going to be followers. You just have to decide which side of the fence you're on. Start thinking for yourself instead of being led like sheep for slaughter. This includes not having to listen to me. You don't have to take any of this advice if you don't feel like it. That is why you just have to create the universe you want. Brethren, once your intentions are pure and just, you don't have to be burdened by the expectations or opinion of your family or anyone around you. Remember, at the end of the day, you are the one who have your life to live. You have to answer to you as to why you failed in life and have so many regrets when you're deep on your deathbed. Listen, I honestly think that without doing these steps, you'll always be bitching about women and life and a whole. You'll always have problems with everyone around you because you have a victim mindset, which is vaginal. This might sound weird or wrong, but in today's world, a real man creates the woman he wants, because it's not the 1970s anymore. Most women are no longer ready-made as wives unless they are traditionally taught how to be wife-like. And you do this by having good game. When you're a real man and a woman enter your universe, you build. You see, if she submit to you, she will work with your program. And don't think because you make money and you have a car and you have clean clothes mean that it is enough for a woman to submit, because that's not you. That's just who you portray yourself to be. You have to be the one who she submits to, not your resources. You are the leader. You're supposed to be the man who runs your world, not run your world the way she wants to. But if you haven't done any of these previous steps, then you have a lot of issue and test to see if you're really man enough for her to submit to you. I know this only sounds weird when you actually talk about it, right? Because most of this is done subconsciously, so we don't talk about it. But when you're aware of these things, you're automatically above average thinking human. Because when a female have learned how to be a woman and is in her feminine energy, she'll be in love with a real man, because it's her nature to have doses of oxytocin towards you. It's like magnet to steel. No matter what she tell herself, she can't get enough of you. No. You might be saying to yourself, I get that I have to do all of this work to be a man and to even get a woman who compliments me, but why do I pick wrong though? You know, these are some of the answers I come up with. So, you see, most of us were at one point in life fatherless. Especially if your dad didn't have any game and wasn't around to guide you into manhood. So, when it comes to women, number one, you have no self-worth. You don't trust yourself to be able to adjust to any conditions. After you see a woman that would meet your standard, but because you don't trust yourself to get a woman that of that caliber, you just set off a low hanging fruits, you know. And because of that, you ignore the red flags that you saw and the ones you didn't know existed because you weren't taught to look for these things. You know, and next thing is that your wound itself is doing the attracting. Remember, we attract who we are. As I said earlier, these stuff them sound weird, but it is that way because most of this is done subconsciously, so you're not consciously think about them things. You know, and next thing is that you have a fear of being alone, and that you have abandonment syndrome, which come from single parenting. You know, you are very insecure. You know, you want uphold the status quo. You know, you let society dictate to you how you should operate when it comes to your relationship choices. Whether you should be monogamous or whether you should be a bachelor or whatever. You make society decide. You know, and next thing is that you think you find happiness from the person when your happiness actually comes from within. A lot of people, men and women, don't actually understand that happiness is not external. Happiness is internal, you know. And next thing is that you're confusing lust for love. There's a big difference between the two. And after you guys get confused about the feeling, you know, the little honey goat weed feeling there, that is lust. But you think because you feel some, you catch feelings and you feel like a butterfly in your belly, or she feel that type of way, automatically means that, hey, we're gonna live happily ever after. And that's not the case. You know, a next big thing is that other guys don't know the difference between sexual attraction and relationship attraction. You see, sexual attraction doesn't mean that she sees herself submitting to you mentally and coming on your program and make you lead her into greatness, you know. And other guys get in relationships for the wrong reason because of this. You know, you just want to have sex, but you're afraid to lose the chance of getting it, continue getting it. So, wait, you lie, you manipulate her feelings to get what you want, and then when you get what you want, you're stuck in a relationship where you never bargain for that. You complicate your life and then complain about it. When if you had the balls to be a man from the jump, either she respect you for being a real man and still give you, or she just leave and then you just find a nice girl who won't be done with that. You know, because there are a lot of women out there who just wanna have sex but not get married or be committed. Listen, women love sex. Don't let them fool you. This facade is only to preserve the perception of purity, which is natural for women. Alright? Totally get that. That you don't understand that either. But that's where the game comes in. Anyway, other them are undercover sex addicts. There you check it. So when you done and round one done, you just get warm up, you know, you can't hardly keep up with her. So at the end of the day, you just have to separate the two. Sexual attraction from relationship attraction. On one side, you have people who just want to fuck, and on the next side, you have people who want to get married and have family. Two differences. This is why you have to know what you want, know who you are, and just be the real with yourself and with the other person. The next big thing is you're looking for penetration and physical appeal only. Listen, Bridget, a woman is more than just a sex object. There's so much more you can gain from and with a woman by having game and looking beyond the vagina, which comes standards in every color, shape, or size woman. You see, you only want to get her vagina but don't care about her mind. It's okay to want sex, Bridget, but the thing is, you're getting what other guys got, and then another man can get it because you don't have her mind. Once you have her mind, you don't have to worry about getting sex or worry about her giving it away to someone else when she's gone wherever. That should be your problem. That should be a worry for you. Anyways, you know, you have to evolve past just sex. You see, before condom, sex was just for reproduction purposes for the most part, up until the rise of contraceptives where casual sex became more prominent, you know. Made that more game back then because they had to stimulate the woman's mind first, so they could see, them could even see some kneecap, much less some ass. Because you see, with this evolving fashion culture we have here, where women are no longer modest and their garments show a lot of skin, in your mind, you would think it is easy because it's all in your face. So you get distracted with the physical appearance and forget all about the actual woman because you have no game. No, you must be confused and wondering what in the world am I talking about. So let's peel the layers back some more. You see, your physical body is just a vessel to hold you. Your body is just a part of you. Your mind is your biggest enemy in that round head of yours. We are all spiritual beings, so our energy has to complement each other in order to make a connection. If you connect with a woman mentally and spiritually, you don't have to worry about getting anything else. No, don't get it twisted. Just because a woman desires you doesn't mean she values you. And to understand this, you have to look at an example of a woman who would rather give you sex than spend money on you, or a woman who would rather give you sex than do something that you value. Because a woman's money can be used to test how much she really values you. Because, you know, fair money, your money, our money, the thing there, yeah. So that's why sex should be your main priority, because that's the least you can offer. 0% down, buy here, pay here. Each relationship you encounter in your life comes with lessons for you to learn and what you need to evolve and improve with. Now, I get this question, and what is the process to find one? There is no one. You have to teach who you are dealing with to fit in your program. But there are different strategies you can use to get the required results. Strategies include dating, vetting, or courting. These might be new words for you to know the meaning of it to go forward, but A lot of you guys don't even know how to plan and set up a successful date. You just want to have sex and that's where you lose. Now, a date doesn't mean that you have to go to a restaurant and sit down and eat. That's basic. There's no creativity from your creation. So you just go by the books, and then a woman see a guy like you as a quick meal. So they're more like you're gonna dangle in front of your face the carrot like how them do it to donkey. She's just extracting your meat. It's answer your money, your energy, your attention, your time. Because they already know you don't have a game, you know. It's when you have game, she'll be the one trying to have sex with you. You don't have to be trying to get sex from her because you already have her mind. Guys, I'm not just talking out the side of my neck. I have receipts, but I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I have to be the one turning down sex from women because I have a lot of more important things to take care of. When you have game, you don't have to worry about sex, guys. But I don't know, y'all are creepy out here. I can understand a lot of women who wouldn't want to have sex with a lot of you guys. You have to learn game, fellas. Now, you might be asking, what the hell is game? Game is basically a strategy you use to get what you want in life. Not just with women, but in all aspects of your life. The same you call lyrics. You use your mouthpiece. So, brushing your teeth is game. Cooking your food is game. Getting a job is game. The caveman using a bat and knocking out the woman and bringing her to his cave to blow her back out is game. In this game of life, you have winners and losers. Which side are you on?